recognizing Milton W. Matthews, our president and CEO, who is stepping down April 30th. And we're very happy that he and his wife, Barb, could be with us tonight for this recognition. And we certainly extend a warm welcome to them and hope they enjoy the little ceremony we have here. Milton joined us in June of 2014. He brought a lot of skills and knowledge to the position, but not just for us, he did it also for the community and the county. He's been an excellent leader here in CA, and just to list a few of the accomplishments that occurred under Milton's administration. First off, we completed the 50th birthday celebration for CA, and that was a really great activity. A lot of hard work. It worked out really well. Milton also was key in establishing the Veterans Day ceremony down at the lakefront, which is becoming now a tradition here in our community. He did a lot of upgrades to our facilities. You can think about the rehab, the upgrades that went on at the Supreme Sports Club, the swim center, the ice rink, the athletic club, in addition to all the paths, the bridges, and the tot lots that got renovated on an accelerated schedule because he wanted to push that through in the capital project. And that's something that will benefit our community for years to come. And I got to admit, he got the Long Reach indoor tennis facility built and open under budget and on time.
That's right.
And that's a really nice facility we have. A great amenity to the community and to the county. We've gotten a number of Energy Star awards because of all the work on trying to go green and reduce our carbon footprint. And Milton was made one of the most admired CEOs in Maryland in 2019. He was awarded that. And if you think about it, Columbia has been ranked in the top in a whole number of surveys. And so it all kind of falls under Milton because he was the head of the association at that time. But before we continue with the recognition for Milton, we do have to say thank you to Barbara because she helped Milton while he was here at the presidency. And so what we'd like to do is present you with just a bouquet of flowers to thank you for your efforts.
Thank you.
Now, I mentioned, Milton's president of CEO of the Culinary Association, but he helped a lot in the county and the community. And we are very honored tonight that our county executive, Dr. Calvin Ball, could join us tonight to recognize Milton. So Calvin, if you'd like to say a few words.
Well, thank you. First of all, good evening, everyone, and all of our friends virtually. It's good to see you all. It is such a phenomenal delight to come here and recognize and acknowledge Milton. Now more than ever, we need leaders who help with not only being effective and impactful, but I think in these times when there's so much anxiety and divisiveness, having the kind of temperament and collaborative way to bring people together and work in a more unifying force is something that I have come to appreciate and respect greatly with Milton. I think that oftentimes we hear about the importance of fighting for what's right and getting things done. And I think Milton is the quintessential example of fierce advocacy in a way that brings people together, in a way that I think creates more support. And I think, Andy, you really, in your remarks, talk to the accolades that Columbia has earned, As county executive, of course, Columbia is very important. But Columbia works best when Howard County and CA are working together. And that has happened very well under Milton's leadership. And so I wanted to read this executive proclamation. And it reads, whereas Milton Matthews has built a distinguished and meaningful public service career during the last 40 years. And whereas Milton's efforts to promote diversity and inclusion within his community are admirable, his consistent dedication and ability to fiercely lead through triumphs and challenges have kept Howard County residents safe for years. And whereas Howard County government recognizes Milton with the utmost respect and gratitude for his years of commitment, expertise, and leadership to help Columbia thrive, we wish him the best of health and happiness in his next chapter. Now, therefore, I, Calvin Ball, County Executive of Howard County, Maryland, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2021, Milton Matthews Day here in Howard County.
Can you tilt it forward just a bit? There you go. A little bit more. There you go.
Congratulations. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you, Calvin, appreciate that. Well, Milton, we also actually have a honorary resolution from the Howard County Council that I'd like to read to you. Milton W. Matthews. Whereas Milton W. Matthews joined the Columbia Association as President CEO in June 2014, and whereas Mr. Matthews has engaged in public service for more than 23 years in local government, administration, and management, and whereas throughout his time as President/CEO of the Columbia Association, Mr. Matthews has demonstrated a high level of dedication and commitment to the Columbia Association and the surrounding community, representing the Columbia Association at many community and countywide events. And whereas for the past 7 years, Mr. Matthews has met with numerous stakeholders in the Howard County and contributed to efforts to maintain and enhance the quality of life in both Columbia and throughout Howard County. Now therefore be it resolved on this 22nd day of April 2021 that the County Council of Howard County, Maryland congratulates Milton W. Matthews for his many years of public service and thanks him for his exemplary dedication and service to the Columbia Association in Howard County. Milton, thank you very much.
I did a picture with Andy.
Not as quick as Mark.
Most of us are not.
Well, Milton, we also have a citation from Maryland General Assembly from the Howard County State Delegation. And I'd like to read it. It said, official citation, be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Milton W. Matthews in recognition of his service as president of the Columbia Association and dedication to the community of Columbia. Presented on this 22nd day of April 2021 on behalf of the Howard County delegation, and it's signed by the Senate Chair, Senator Clarence Lamb, and the House Chair, Delegate Jessica Feldmark. And so from behalf of the County Council and the state delegation, we want to thank you very much.
Thank you. The important part. I know this stuff I'm not used to.
You're used to being behind the camera, right?
A little more impromptu stuff.
You know, I said not only CA, but the community and the county. For the community, obviously, we could not invite a whole lot of people given the restrictions, but we got numerous letters of recognition and thank you and congratulations for you. And now they came from the business community, the chamber, education, medical, community services, arts and culture. And what I'd like to do is now invite Monica, our Director of HR.
Yes,
to,
thank you, Andy. So Milton, you've touched community stakeholders and colleagues in more ways than you know. And those colleagues and community stakeholders wanted to express their sentiments in personalized letters to you. So what we've done is we've compiled a scrapbook that we hope you keep as a memento with all of these special letters from the community and various stakeholders.
Okay, thank you.
That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Wow.
It's a beautiful book, and I really hope that you get to enjoy it.
Thanks, Monica. And also for the community, we have two special guests joining us tonight. And I would like to introduce Bob Gillette from representing the veterans community. And Bob, if you have a few words to say.
Yes, good evening, and thank you for allowing me a few moments to speak tonight. Milton, I've truly enjoyed working with you these past years. You have not only been a supporter of the Howard County Veterans Foundation and our efforts, but you have been a true friend to the 20,000 veterans and military families who call this community home. You know, you and I, Milton, we emerged on the scene around the same time. You came to CA in June of 2014, and I was appointed to the Veterans Commission the following April, in April 2015. Well, within a few months, our paths would cross as we began discussions about possible locations for a Veterans Monument in Columbia. Well, once the location next to Whole Foods was chosen, our partnership was formalized, and the result, the Vivian C. Millie Bailey Park at the lakefront, a place that has become such a welcomed addition to Columbia, particularly during the pandemic, as we congregate more outside since it's safer to do so. Milton, you extended your hand to the veteran community in 2018 after our neighbors in Ellicott City suffered yet a second devastating flood. You invited us to bring the Veterans Day Parade to Columbia, pledging your full support and making our parade and the lakefront celebration a regular event in downtown Columbia. Well, this year, we enter the 7th year of the parade, the 4th in Columbia, and the 6th lakefront event that you started. So in closing, Milton, I want to personally thank you for your professionalism, your guidance, your support, and most of all, your friendship. I will truly miss working with you on this great project, but in true Navy tradition, I want to wish you and Barb fair winds and following seas, and thank you for all that you've done for the veterans of Howard County.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate your remarks. And our second guest is Pearl Atkinson-Stewart, who has been involved in the community for a long time, and she is a former CA member on the board of directors. Pearl.
Oh, thank you, Andy. I served 10 years on the Columbia Council Board of Directors. When we were searching for a CEO, I wanted someone that had a vision and the energy to move Columbia into its next phase. Someone with community spirit and not just someone to monitor the budget. Early on, though, I had identified that person when I met Milton leading the community of Reston. I was ecstatic that Columbia attracted him to come here and share his expertise. As his predecessors did, so did he. Milton brought all the values and commitments to build a better community. In my view, he accomplished that. Milton is a man of high integrity, honesty, and a desire to serve. Most of all, he is a caring person. I personally feel that he has shown me that everyone is important to him. And he takes the time to show it to people. Milton has shown up at valued community events in Columbia, established a great partnership with the county government and the business community. He has shown true community spirit, and he is highly respected in all circles. I wish Milton and his lovely wife, Bob, the best in their retirement, and I sincerely thank you for your commitment to Columbia. May God bless and keep you both. Thank you. Stay well.
Thank you, Pearl. Appreciate the words. Milton, well, Pearl's kind of a good segment. We got the recognition from the county, the recognition from the community, and now it's time for the recognition from CA. And I will start with a letter of thanks from the board of directors I'd like to read. Dear Milton, on behalf of the Columbia community, the Columbia Association Board of Directors extends its thanks to you for your 7 years of service from 2014 to 2021 as President and CEO of the Columbia Association. Your dedication, vision, integrity, creativity, and passion have made a significant impact on Columbia and CA. From the 50th birthday celebration through the pandemic, your firm and steady leadership has guided Columbia and CA. We wish you success as you transition into the next phase of your life. And it is signed by all 10 of your fellow board members. So thank you, Milton. And I'd like Susan, our Chief Financial Officer and Vice President, to have a recognition for Milton.
So Milton, as you know better than anybody, coming to CA in June of 2014, I feel like you immediately saw the value and importance of maintaining green and open space in downtown Columbia, especially as the downtown Columbia plan is realized. And in your first year, we finished the pathway around Lake Kittamaqundi, which has been a real treasure. And then later made multiple improvements around the lakefront related to the 50th birthday celebration. So in honor of your commitment and care about green and open spaces, we'll be placing this plaque at the Fountain Plaza, flanked on either side by quotes from Jim Rouse. So just want to share that. Just a mock up.
There you go.
There we go.
Thanks, Susan. And our next presentation is called on Monica again.
That's right. And Milton, you are such a part of the community that we thought we would be remiss if we did not have a brick at Lake Kitt with your name on it. Milton Matthews, President and CEO from June 2014 to April 2021, because we want to make sure that you know that you are part of this community in every way. And we hope that you and Barb get a chance to see how much you're cared about, and also these mementos ingrained in the earth.
Okay, thank you.
Please don't drop that.
Workers' comp, right?
Something like that.
So we're going to take this back so we can make sure that this gets put down at Lake Kitt.
Thanks, Monica. And finally, Milton, on behalf of the entire C organization, we'd like to present you with a very special keepsake that you can take with you. And when you see it, it will hopefully remind you of Columbia Association, the good years you've had, and as a recognition of the great work you have done, and our real appreciation for having you as our president and CEO. And so I'm going to ask Susan to
So it sums up everything else, Milton, you know, the citations and the scrapbook of letters and the remarks from invited guests. It just became crystal clear that you really have become a pillar of this community. And so to honor you, we wanted to present.
Trust with Crystal.
Yes.
This is it.
Oh, wow.
So Milton, thank you very much. And I'll now ask if you have any words you want to say.
Yes, and I'll be brief because we still have a board meeting. I think most people, several of the board members, and probably a few in the community know that when I came here in 2014, it was my second trip, I guess, second opportunity to become the president and CEO of the Columbia Association, because back in 2019, the same search firm, the same consultant reached out to me, and I made him work because I was only in my 4th year at the Wrestling Association, and there was a lot going on in wrestling at the time, especially that project called the Metro Rail to Dulles. So I wanted to stay. But he was very persuasive, and I ended up applying for the position in 2019 and becoming one of the 3 finalists. But whatever the wins were, I didn't get it. So when the position came around again in 2013, 2014, the same consultant, the same search firm reached out to me, and I said, no, I'm not talking to you. Because just at that time, I was in my 9th year at Reston. Barb had just accepted the position of city manager in Rockville. And the whole time that she was in Tacoma Park, we lived in Reston, and she drove. And then when she had her contract in Rockville, had a residency requirement. And she looked at me and said, what are we gonna do? So I just decided that I was not gonna stay more than 10 years in Reston. And it was a time for me to move on. And so we relocated to Rockville. And I kind of pushed off the consultant several times when he came to me about the Columbia position. And I finally said yes. And it happened very quickly, because probably seems like it was 3 weeks to a month. I was offered the position and I signed the contract. Never regretted it. I've had a lot of career opportunities over, I'm gonna lower my voice, 40 years. And what I look for in any career opportunity is the opportunity to grow professionally and personally, to stretch myself, to be able to say, regardless of how well the organization was positioned when I walked through the door, some way, whether small increment or largely, I made it a better organization when I left. And Columbia Association was that opportunity. And in addition to that, you had the Columbia community and you had our county. And everyone, wherever I was, whether I was in Texas, Ohio, or Illinois, I knew about the Columbia community, I knew about Howard County. So it was an opportunity that was right for Barb and me. And once again, we've been here for 7 years. It's been an extraordinary experience. Whatever we do next, it would be ingrained in us in a very good way. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Milton.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to take about a 10-minute recess. We have to reset the room up and